What's happening, gang? It's your boy Retro back again with another reaction video. Yeah. Today we got another huge update, guys. This one coming on supposed special counsel Jack Smith. We know he's been doing everything in his power, almost illegally trying to, get this case or his Trump case sped up, and tried before election day this year. None of that has worked. He's went to, extreme measures now, trying to, skip over courts and bully Miss Judge Eileen Cannon down in Florida documents case. Has not worked, and it has only exposed his hand and almost showed that political nature of his case, guys. Now we got Judge Eileen Cannon kind of catching on in a sense, and she's keying us in that she may be tossing this whole thing out in the near future, guys. I'm excited to get into this update and see exactly what's going on with Judge Eileen Cannon alongside Alvin Bragg with some more bad news there. It's always good when we're getting bad news for these figures on the left, guys. We're gonna get straight into the clip and see exactly what's going on. I'll give my thoughts on the back end of the video, guys, so definitely stick around to the end so you guys get my thoughts on the back end. And also, YouTube, push this video out, definitely stick around until the end, you guys. But let's get straight into it. Before we even do that though, make sure you guys hit that like button, also hit that subscribe button, as we're on the road to the truth. Hop aboard for the journey. Let's get into it, y'all.
Now that we have a big update on Fani Willis down in Fulton County, Georgia, there are two more updates that are still pending, two court cases that we have to hit really quick. So this is a two for one. Judge Cannon down in Florida, there's stuff on that's the Trump documents case. There's an update, and Alvin Bragg in New York with the Stormy Daniels case, wanting a delay of 30 days. This is Andy McCarthy on Fox News. Andy McCarthy is my favorite legal mind. He's a never Trumper, but he's very smart and very clear. So we'll go to him real quick. Welcome to Doug in Exile.
Judge Cannon made some interesting points that came out of the courtroom. One of them was, she said, is this motion premature? Are you bringing this before me, before we hear anything about immunity from the Supreme Court? So
Judge Cannon has already peed off Jack Smith, in that she's going like, this, is a pretty sloppy case. So she's kind of firing the warning shots. She certainly is not going to speed it up for Jack Smith. This is not going to go to trial before the Trump election.
The immunity issue before the Supreme Court involves official actions of the president during the time of his presidency. The charges in Jack Smith's Florida indictment involve documents that President Trump was able to get because he was president, but the actions are in his post-presidency, the illegal or the allegedly illegal retention and the obstruction of the grand jury investigation.
So Trump went for immunity, telling Eileen Cannon, wait for the immunity thing to come out of the Supreme Court under Jack Smith and Chutkan. And Cannon, I think, is dismissing that part of it, saying, no, that immunity is not going to cover you for these Mar-a-Lago documents, which is fine. But because she's going to dismiss it, I believe, on other grounds.
The crux of the case against Trump are the actual agency records, which simply aren't covered by the Presidential Records Act. The Presidential Records Act is really meant to sort out the information that is generated by a White House so that you can figure out what is government property and what is the president's personal property. Most of what's at issue in the case is actually agency documents, specifically intelligence reporting from our intelligence agencies, which really aren't meant to be covered by the Presidential Records Act. The former president and his counsel have a theory of why that should be covered, and it sounds to me like Judge Cannon is saying she wants to hear some evidence to support what their arguments are.
So she's going to hear this evidence by Trump's lawyers, which I think it may not be compelling. They may have just come up with an excuse to have it be more time consuming. So see, they win even if they can occupy her and get her to drag her feet a little bit until Trump becomes president and dismisses all this caca.
Now, what we're just learning is that the Manhattan prosecutors, this is Alvin Bragg's case.
Now let's check in on Alvin Bragg and the Stormy Daniels Judge Juan Merchan case. Here we go.
Is now seeking a 30-day delay of this trial, which was supposed to be the first one. It's supposed to start on March 25th here in New York. So it would have been the very first one to go to trial. The prosecutors who brought the case asked for a 30-day day delay, a startling development in this first prosecution based on some new material that they want time to deal with, Andy.
Alvin Bragg asked for 30-day extension, which usually a delay would benefit Trump, right? But in this case, it probably benefits him for different ways. I think it's because Alvin Bragg, a piece of information came out. We don't know this, right? I'm speculating that basically negates his entire case. So he has to. He needs 30 days more just to create a case because he still has nothing left.
This sounds like they actually have some factual information that's come to their attention that they have to sort out and decide what effect it has on the case. Be interesting to see what Judge Merchan does.
Question. That's Andy McCarthy. The bigger question is, what will Judge Merchan do? It's because this is where we start to see how politicized is he. Remember, I think it was his daughter who worked for Schumer or someone very close to Democrat operative fundraising. So he's already just a bury the needle Democrat. Seeing how he responds to this request by Alvin Bragg for 30 days and seeing how it affects Trump is more interesting to me, because it starts to give you an idea of the DNA of this judge. How corrupt is he, or is he a more center kind of guy? I don't have my hopes if he's in New York.
This is so that the defense can review a new batch of records. It only recently obtained these records from federal prosecutors who years ago investigated the same hush money payments at the center of the case. So it seems weird that they wouldn't have had all of the information related to that former case and why that would be suddenly discovered at this stage of the game.
Yeah, Alvin Bragg's only had 10 years to prosecute this thing. They're still gathering up a new bunch of documents that just came in the last month. And they're like, oh no, we need 30 more days. Trump's still looking good on that one. Even if he does go to trial and if he is found guilty, he does not go to jail. So he's not going to be in that big kind of trouble. So I think it puts him in the clear on both those. He's still looking good.
Yo, there we have it, guys. Coming from our friend Doug in Exile. I'll definitely be sure to leave that original video link down in the description box below. For those of you who want to go over there and check that out, also for you guys to go over there and show our friend Doug a bit of love. Oh my goodness, guys. What we're seeing now is the wins are starting to pile on for Donald Trump and his legal team. He's got a superstar team of legal experts that are hot on the trail of all these rogue agents that are trying to come after Donald Trump. That same sort of backfire that we've been seeing happen for all these rogue agents like Letitia James over in New York, Fani Willis down in Georgia, Fulton County, guys. It's the same thing we're seeing right now with the Jack Smith, Alvin Bragg. His legal team is not going to back down. And it doesn't seem like they've got to do much here in this Eileen Cannon case. Seems like the judge is a bit fishy to, Jack Smith's political nature of his case. It seems like Jack Smith has showed and revealed his hand a little bit too much by the way he's been so pushy, and almost bullying Miss Judge Eileen Cannon, or trying to bully her into, speeding up and trying Trump this trial, guys. It's not happening. It's only, leading Judge Eileen Cannon to be even more suspicious of whether or not, Jack Smith is conflicted on this case. His political, interest in this case is too much for him to keep staying on top of this case. She might throw this whole thing out. And that's what I think we're gearing up to see. By the looks of it, guys, it seems like Judge Eileen Cannon is going to, say that Trump doesn't have that immunity over some of these documents, all to, throw this case out on a whole different measures, guys. And I'm excited to see what she's got, because she seems very smart. She has not, budged or barged on Jack Smith's request. So I think she's going to do the right thing in this case and toss the whole thing out just because of how political it is. And as for this Alvin Bragg, the hush money case, guys, this thing seems so flimsy. Like, why would you be in such late stages of the case and then be having to get a 30-day, delayance on the case to, restructure your the way you're bringing about the case against Donald Trump? Not to mention, he's had ample amount of time, to structure and make sure this case was as solid as possible. I mean, he's had ample amount of time, to structure and make sure this case was rock solid to bring about against Donald Trump. One of the first agents to actually, bring Trump or bring about one of these cases against Donald Trump. And he still doesn't have his case out. That just lets you know, this evidence that he has is very flimsy, and this thing is gearing up to get tossed out to him now asking for a 30-day delay in order to restructure because they've got new facts and new evidence that now came in on the case. I know this delayance in the Alvin Bragg case may not make a whole lot of sense to you guys right now, but what we're seeing is it's going to gear up to get tossed out, guys. That's what's going to end up happening after this is all said and done. This case is going to get tossed, just like the Jack Smith case, just like Fani Willis's case is gearing up to get tossed. They're all gearing up. All these charade cases are gearing up to get tossed out, and rightfully so, guys. What we're seeing is the Trump curse alive and on display for us. If I've ever seen it before in my life, guys, you bring about, these charade cases, try to politically witch hunt Donald Trump just because he's your political opponent on the other side of the aisle of you, and it all backfires right into their faces. All of these rogue entities that have brought about these, political witch hunts and charade cases against Donald Trump are now dealing with the madness, facing a big backfire on them, with a lot of these agents questioning whether or not they'll be holding a position after this is all said and done, guys. I know a lot of them are wishing they never brought about any of these charade cases or political witch hunts against Donald Trump, because it has now backfired tenfold, guys. Definitely hop in the comment section and let me know your thoughts. Jack Smith catching another big L, guys. Judge Eileen Cannon will not let loose on this guy, and it seems like she's going to toss his case out, alongside Alvin Bragg coming out and saying, hey, I need a little bit more time to, bring about and solidify my case against Donald Trump after all the time he's had, guys, even further to the point that he's got nothing. Definitely hop in the comment section and let me know your thoughts. Also, make sure you guys hit that share button and share this out to as many Facebook friends as possible, guys. Share the truth. Also, make sure you guys hit that like button. Doesn't cost a thing. Hit that like button for your boy, and also hit that subscribe button, guys. We're on the road to the truth. Hop aboard for the journey. I'll catch you guys on the next week. Yo, what's happening, Retro fam? Are you guys looking for a way to connect with your boy Retro and the Retro fam on a day-to-day basis? Look no further, guys. Memberships have now been launched where you can gain exclusive access to chat with your boy Retro and the community and gain perks, guys. Just hop in the description box below and check out the link for memberships, guys. You can subscribe on a monthly basis to chat and have exclusive perks with your boy Retro and the Retro community, guys. Check that out in the description box today.